Hi everyone, my name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel. In my video today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the 7 and 7 readathon. This is my third time participating in this readathon, and if you don't know, the 7 and 7 readathon is basically just a readathon where you read 7 things in 7 days. That's the only criteria you have to do, is just 7 things in 7 days. It could be magazines, it could be poetry, it could be anything, graphic novels, just reading 7 things in 7 days. I'm super excited for this round. It's going to be from July 23rd to the 29th, and the 23rd is actually the day I drive back from a vacation with my husband, so I'll be in the car for a really long time on the very first day, and then I'm still at home on maternity leave, so hopefully I'll have a lot of time to be able to finish this readathon and actually read 7 things in 7 days. But I'm just going to stop rambling and tell you about the 7 things I hope to read during the 7 and 7 readathon in a couple weeks. First on my TBR is The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodkin. This is a companion novel that I think is going to be turned into a series of companion novels that go along with the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer trilogy. They're all from Noah Shaw's perspective. I don't know if there's going to be 2 or 3 books, but regardless, this came out a while ago and I have yet to read it. I'm absolutely obsessed with Mara and Noah, and so I really need to get to this and see everything from his point of view. I'm super interested in his point of view as far as the whole story goes and the meeting and his origins. I'm very interested in this. It's pretty short. It's not like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was like a novella, kind of like A Court of Frost and Starlight, but it's like actual book size, but it's still pretty short, so I think I can get to it during the readathon. Next on my TBR, I have Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and I know this is a chunker for a readathon, but it's like got other types of print in it, and it tells the story in different formats, so I think that's going to make getting through it pretty easy and pretty fast. And from everything I know, most people read this in one sitting, so based on those things, I think I can get through this during the readathon, so that's why I've included it in this TBR. I also really need to read it this summer. It was in my summer TBR, which I made a video of, and I will link in the cards up above as well as down in the description below if you're interested in checking out my video for that. But I really think I can get through this also in the readathon. I'm super excited to read it and see what all the hype is about. I'm way behind on reading this, I know, so I'm very much looking forward to finally getting to this really soon. Next for the readathon, I'm hoping to read You Know Me Well by David Levithan and Nina LaCour. This is the last Nina LaCour book that I have left to read. I don't have a copy of it right now, but I will have my copy of it very soon, and it's a really short novel told in dual perspective. One perspective is written by David Levithan and the other perspective is written by Nina LaCour, and I have very high hopes for this. I like both of these authors very much, and I'm really hoping that the combination of the two of them in this story is going to be absolutely wonderful. I don't know very much about this book except for the fact that it takes place in San Francisco, has the dual perspectives, and is LGBTQ own voices rep in it, and that's pretty much all I need to know for this. Really excited for it. It's a really short novel, so I again think I can get through it in the readathon where I'm trying to read 7 things in 7 days because it's so short. Next on my TBR for the readathon is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I really want to get through this before the show comes out on Netflix in August, which is why I'm putting it on this readathon since it takes place right before August starts, and that'll give me just enough time to finish this before the show is released. Every single booktuber I know has read this book, and pretty much all of them have loved it. I know that it's like a regular sized book, but I think I can get through it because it's a contemporary novel, and apparently it's just super readable and unputdownable, so I'm really looking forward to this, and I just feel like it's going to be really cute and just what I need, and just I'm so excited. This, as you can see, is an advanced reader copy that I got in like 2013 that I never actually read, so that's pretty shameful. Yeah, we're going to try and remedy that because I can't believe I did that. So really excited for this. I'll probably start with this one for the readathon, I'm thinking, actually, just because it's the one I'm most nervous about finishing in time. So I think I'll start this one and try and power through it and then get through the other ones afterwards. All I know about this one is it follows a girl named Laura Jean who has I guess, a bunch of old letters from crushes that she has had in her life, and all these letters somehow get mailed out to the crushes themselves, and that's all I know about it. Sounds pretty cute and funny, so like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. Next, I have a collection of short stories that was also in my summer TBR. It's called Meet Cute. It is a YA short story collection about a bunch of couples that meet for the first time and their stories. I also have pretty high hopes for this one because a lot of authors that I know and love are in it, including Nina LaCour. So I think that I'm gonna really love this. At least I hope I am. And I'm including it in this readathon, one, because it's in my summer TBR for this summer, and also because it's a short story collection, and so I think that might be a good thing to try and read during a readathon, because I can just like read it in little bits in between other things. I can just read a couple stories at a time and make my way through it slowly during the whole readathon instead of trying to sit down and read it all at once. I'm going to try and read it little by little over the 7 days altogether. And the last two things I plan on reading for the readathon are actually from NetGalley. They're e-arcs that I have copies of on NetGalley. The first one is called Wild Nights, and it is a collection of sapphic inspired poetry, and I'm really wishing that I had started this sooner because it sounds super, super, super up my alley. A lot of buzzwords of mine, a lot of bookish buzzwords involved in this book, and I am hoping that because it's poetry I can get through it during this readathon where I'm trying to read 7 things. The other NetGalley book that I plan on reading is actually a graphic novel called Illegal, and it is written by Owen Colfer. I'm probably pronouncing his first name wrong. It's the guy who did all of the Artemis Fowl books, but he teamed up and did a graphic novel, and I'm not even sure what it's about, but I saw that it's a graphic novel and that he's the one who wrote it, and I pretty much just signed on right away and wanted it. That's all that I needed to know to ask for a copy of it, and I got it. So I'm hoping to get to that as well. Probably gonna get through it since it's a graphic novel. I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty easy for me to be able to read that during this 7 and 7 readathon. I also have a bunch of backlogged things like from my Audible account that I really want to get to, like My Plain Jane and Trevor Noah's autobiography and the autobiography Hunger by Roxane Gay, so I may include that in my TBR as well and try and slowly listen to that throughout the entirety of the 7 and 7 readathon. So hopefully I can finish one of those audiobooks, and then if I don't finish one of the books for my TBR, the audiobook can come in and replace one of the books I didn't finish for me to read 7 things still in 7 days. And that's it. That's everything I plan to read for the 7 and 7 readathon this year. Let me know if you plan on participating in this readathon as well and what you're thinking about reading, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Happy reading!